Okay, so how do you become a boxer? A lot of people ask that question. So it's not like the NBA or NFL where you go through college or you go through a draft process, whatever, right? It's kind of more almost, I would say, like a hereby, like, what do you call it? Not he say, she say, but like, I guess like networking. It's pretty much that simple. So let's just say you want to be a boxer, right? Let me tell you how I started. I started boxing at 32 years old. No amateur fights, no boxing experience, no coach, no trainer, no promoter, no manager, no nothing, right? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna leave the streets, and I want to become a boxer. Is it too late? Am I too old? Blah 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 blah, right? So I in boxing, you kind of got to know somebody who was boxing to figure out how to get in the game. So I knew one person who was a boxer. He was boxing 30 years ago. So I called him. I said, "Hey, bro, I want to turn pro. I want to be a boxer. What do I got to do?" First thing you gotta do is get into the gym. Okay, you get into the gym, you got like levels. You got like the boxer, you got the trainer, you got the manager, you got the promoter, and you got the network. Okay, so the first people you're gonna meet are gonna be your trainers. Okay, so you're gonna meet the trainers. The trainers are gonna determine if you're ready and what type of fighter you're gonna be, whether you're gonna be a B side fighter or A side fighter. It's two sides of fight. You got the winning corner, you got the losing corner. Okay, you got the one whose fight it is, and then you got the one who's coming in to be the opponent of whose fight it is. Okay. And then at some points, you might get to where you're both 50-50. We'll get to that later. Anyway, so you get the training. You get to be a boxer. Now, you're either going to be someone to come in and help someone boost their record, or you're probably going to come in and get someone to help you boost your record, okay? So, that's how I go. You train, okay? If there's potential, and you learn being potential with being in there with other guys. If you have potential, you will try to find you an opponent to help you get your record up. Your opponent would be a journeyman. A journeyman are people who just go and fight. And in boxing, that's kind of what I am. I'm kind of just like a journeyman. I go and fight other people who help them get to where they got to get. You know what I'm saying? But I have also fought journeymen before to help me build my record up. You get it? Okay. So let's just say you start boxing. I start boxing, right? And I really, really can't box. And at all, I can't take a punch. I don't learn. I don't do my road work. I'm just here. I already want to fight. I would be a person that is going to just go fight and probably help someone build their record up. Okay. This is the first side. The B side, the losing corner, whatever, right? So let's just say they got a guy, he's my height, he's my weight, right? And he's 2-0, okay? Or maybe he's trying to turn pro and get his first fight, but he has a lot of upside, a lot of potential. Then you got me. It's okay, we're going to get Lovejoy to be his first fight. It's an easy win. Your guy's going to win. We better build his record up. We need people like Lovejoy and other people in the gym who are never really going to be anything in boxing. And we're going to get him to win, okay? We're going to get him to fight. Now, I come in, now it's already a mismatch. This is where the rigging is, what they say in boxing. It's not like the rig, I'm going to hit you in the second round, second punch, you're going to fall out the ring. It's not like that. The rigging happens with the mismatching, okay? It's a mismatch. So this guy has a lot of experience, Olympics, 200 amateur fights, in the gym, training, everything, right? And I'm just in the gym. So now they call me to fight. I'm going to help him build his record up. Now, listen, this is how I go. He's probably going to win. But if for whatever reason I win, now all these people who are behind this man come to me. And they put the machine behind me. Give me all the training. Give me the contracts. And start looking for me opponents. You get what I'm saying? So to start off boxing, you have to get to the gym. You have to get to the trainer and tell the trainers what your goals are and what you want to do. That's just how I go. From there, the trainers, you're going to network. You're going to meet trainers. You're going to meet conditioning coaches. You're going to meet managers. You're going to meet promoters. Promoters are kind of hard. We'll get to that next video. But the first thing to do is to get into the gym and talk to other boxers, other trainers, and get in the boxing world, get in the boxing circle. And things will just happen like that. It's not like something you can go sign up for. And mind you, I'm not talking about the amateur circuit. I never boxed amateur, so I don't know too much about, which is probably the same. You just go try to get you an amateur card and try and get on the amateur shows and go join tournaments and stuff like that. But like I said, we're talking about turning pro, how to become a pro boxer. So my situation, when I called my guy, how do I do it? He said, listen, you're 32 years old. You don't have time to go do amateurs. No promoters are going to give you any shot or give you a deal because you have no fights. You're 32 years old. You have no fights. You have nothing for them to invest in. Okay. So you have to go get you your own fights and catch up with all the guys who are your age. What does that mean? Catch up. So when I started boxing, I was 32 years old. The people at the top of the boxing world were 30 years old, right? But they had 15, 20, 30 fights. So my thing was, I got to get 15, 20 fights. Now, if I got 15, 20 fights, we're all the same age. The age isn't the problem no more. Because now I'm the same age as Joshua, I'm the same age as Wilder, same age as Fury, and we all got 20 fights. You get what I'm saying? How do you get these 20 fights? So you have to find the closest promoter boxing show events to you, wherever you at. Okay, maybe you have to go across the world, but you want to get the cheapest one. You hit the promoter up. You say, hey man, I want to get a fight, or have someone hit him up for you. I got a guy, he's trying to turn pro. How do I get on the show? Well, who is he? How many fights he got? He's, oh, no, he's trying to turn pro. Okay, well, yeah, we only promote our fighters. Okay, well, how much for a slot fee? How much can I pay you to be on your show? And maybe I can help you sell tickets and promote your show. They're willing to do that because instead of paying guys, you're going to pay them. That's fine. It's kind of like when you do music. People don't understand is you got to kind of pay your way. If I was a rapper and there's a big concert going on, I'm not going to say, hey, man, I want to get on your show. Who are you? Nobody. Okay. So can I pay to open up for somebody? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. That's how it goes. So you have to pay your way. So what I did was, instead of paying my way for a California or Nevada boxing show, which is going to cost me thousands and thousands of dollars, people were going to Mexico and getting quick fights, quick wins for cheaper than paying for, a Golden Boy slot or, a top ranked slot in Vegas. You go to Mexico, you can probably get on the show for probably a couple $100, get you a boxing license for probably $100 for the whole year. That's $300. You probably pay for your opponent, which would be anywhere from $300 to maybe $700, you know what I'm saying? And for all your travel, maybe a room, travel, so you might spend out of pocket for your first fight, maybe $1,000, you know what I'm saying? Which is cool. So you got to kind of have the money. You got to have a money man. You got to have an investor. You got to have a trainer. You got to have the whole package, you know what I'm saying? Do it the way I did it. Me personally, I got 19 fights in Mexico. I paid for my first 19 fights. So add that up. And the prices went up. So the more fights you get, the price goes up. I think my first fight, I probably paid $700 without expenses. And my last fight, I think I probably paid around $2,500. The more wins you have, the more of a name you get, they charge you more for the opponent because you need a better opponent. And people are going to look at your record and say, oh, I need this to fight him, or I need this to fight him. You get what I'm saying? So it'll go up. So, and they do this in a lot of countries, you know what I'm saying? All over Africa, Mexico, Cuba, different places. You got to be in the boxing world, you know what I'm saying, to get it. Say, oh, I need a fight. Colombia. They do it all over, man. So all you got to do is get the training. The trainer's going to determine, you and your trainer are going to determine what your route's going to be. Are you going to be a B-side fighter to come in and help someone else out? Or you want to build your own record up and get people to come in and help your record out? So I don't want to give y'all too much and make the video too long, but that sums it up. To be a pro boxer, you have to go to the gym, okay? And you have to, it's really just you and your manager and your trainer. Hey, I want to get on this show. How do I get on the show? You have to contact the promoters. It's not hard. Now, I got a cold video next to show you how you contact the promoters and how you really, really do it. Y'all let me know what y'all think.